Straight ahead on 12 News, not taking the bait.
People just lost interest in going out of the house.
How our miserable winter sunk fishing. Then drilling into something sweet. A Plymouth man gets us fired up for a family tradition. Plus, a new take on spring break. We'll show you a place in the Northwest Metro that's taking pet service to a whole new level. 12 News starts right now. We start in Robbinsdale, where a neighborhood is on edge after a man was found dead in his vehicle Saturday afternoon.
Neighbors call police after seeing a man slumped over in the driver's seat near 35th and Grimes Avenue North, and that's where we find Elaine Cleveland with more.
Mike and Alex, I'm here at the corner of 35th and Grimes Avenue in Robbinsdale, where a vigil took place after a man was found dead in his car here Saturday afternoon. Robbinsdale police say they received a report Saturday afternoon of an unconscious person inside a running vehicle. When police and paramedics arrived, they discovered the man was dead. Pink markings on the street along 35th Avenue indicate where the man's vehicle was found, while a collection of balloons and flowers honoring the man dot the landscape near the intersection. Police wouldn't provide any details regarding the circumstances of the death, but they did say they don't have any indications that the public should be concerned for their safety.
Crime rate overall has gone down significantly in Robbinsdale in the past couple of years, so we're still a safe community. This just happened to be where this incident occurred. It has no relationship to the neighborhood whatsoever.
Despite that message from interim chief, friends and neighbors around here admit that they're nervous and they'll continue to be until they find out who did this and why. Reporting in Robbinsdale, Elaine Cleveland, 12 News.
Robbinsdale police say they're investigating the incident with the help of the Hennepin County Crime Lab and Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office. Witnesses say that the man who died may have delivered pizzas for the Pizza Hut in Crystal. A company spokesperson in Texas confirmed that, but couldn't provide any additional details, only saying that they're helping with the investigation and that their thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the driver.
Brooklyn Park Police are looking for your help in identifying a man who fired gunshots in a city park over the weekend. Police say a man fired shots around 11 a.m. Saturday at River Park near the Mississippi River. No one was injured. It's unclear why those shots were fired. Police released a description of the shooter and the vehicle he was driving. He's described as black man between 20 to 30 years old driving a newer full-size two-door pickup truck. The pickup was dark blue or possibly black and had a cover over the bed area. Anyone with information is urged to contact Brooklyn Park Police.
It's back to the bargaining table tonight in an attempt to head off a possible Anoka-Hennepin teachers strike. District leaders and negotiators for the teachers union will resume talks days after a 6-hour bargaining session yielded little progress. A union spokesperson indicated there may be a new proposal that the district will put forth. Contract talks first began last May.
If you don't have health insurance, the deadline to sign up through MNsure is midnight tonight. More than 150,000 Minnesotans have enrolled through the state's online health insurance exchange. And as you can imagine, there's been a last-minute rush of people asking questions. By noon Monday, the MNsure Contact Center received nearly 10,000 calls straining the phone system. Wait times were averaging in the 18-minute range before you could get to a live person.
A new medical clinic has opened in Golden Valley. Hennepin County Medical Center continues to expand its suburban reach with a clinic in the Springgate Shopping Center on Duluth Street. It's near Byerly's and Walgreens. The 9,000 square foot clinic offers primary care services and has 16 examination rooms.
We do well child checks. We do complete physical exams. We see a lot of people who have colds and illnesses. If a person comes in with a broken leg or broken arm, we can manage those particular situations.
The clinic is open weekdays 8 to 5. It hopes to expand those hours this fall. And HCMC says it will continue to look at the Hopkins, Minnetonka area as sites for possible new clinics in the future. Despite warming temperatures over the weekend, the Metro will see a drop in temperature on Tuesday.
After a frigid winter, we know the weather can impact the local economy in various ways. It's true for some area fishing and bait shops who watched sales freeze this year with the cold.
I called him yesterday. I'm going to get this eyelet replaced.
Judson Theron is getting his musky rods ready, and he's itching to get out on open water.
I'm in the mindset of I'm just ready. I'm ready to kick back and make a cast.
This winter's polar vortex kept him from ice fishing as often as he'd like.
When it was really frigid, I mean, just for safety reasons, I wouldn't go out.
And he's not alone.
When the wind continually kept coming and coming and coming and coming, it stopped everybody from doing anything.
Bob Sonnenstall's got a small bait shop packed to the gills with inventory because this winter,
That's when everything went downhill.
business bottomed out. Sales dropped 70% with the spiraling temperatures.
People just lost interest in going out of the house.
The ice fishing season started with such promise. Hardy's Boats and Bait in Plymouth opened earlier than usual in December because conditions were just right. By February, sales dropped 25% at Hardy's as the unrelenting cold kept even some of the hardiest of anglers off the ice and put an end to the season.
I know 200 hardcore fishermen. I mean hardcore, that's all they do is fish. They won't go. They're done.
With ice thickness still around the 30-inch mark last weekend on Medicine Lake, ice out won't happen overnight.
It's going to take twice as long to get rid of it. We didn't get rid of it till the 1st of May last year.
That's leaving this small business owner less than optimistic about recouping sales with open water fishing.
Name and a number.
Awesome, thank you.
Fortunately, there's diehards like Judson Theron getting ready now, despite the wait.
I'm a huge muskie nut, and I can't wait until I can go.
Ice out dates vary, of course, from year to year. Last year was one of the latest in years, with Medicine Lake opening April 28th and Lake Minnetonka opening on May 2nd. Coming up, man's best friend just got a hotel upgrade.
We'll show you where pets are getting the 4-star treatment. And then later in sports, the Hopkins baseball team is one of many waiting to get outside, and the Royals will play ball this spring with a new head coach.
But first, as you heard, cooler weather this week.
Well, if your cup of coffee has ever stained your shirt or the driver's seat in your car, Caribou coffee may have the answer. The Brooklyn Center-based company is introducing a new blend called Clear Coffee. The company says it's removed the color while retaining all the flavor. But is it a joke or the real thing? Clear Coffee debuts on April 1st. An upscale pet hotel is bringing a second location to the Northwest Metro.
The owners of Adogo opened in Minnetonka 3 years ago. Now, as Cassie Bonstrom reports, the business has grown so much they plan to open a facility in Maple Grove.
It's spring break, and that means it's extra busy at the Adogo Pet Hotel.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi.
Today, staff members are caring for 160 dogs in their boarding and daycare areas. The sheer number of four-legged customers shows just how successful the Minnetonka business has become.
A great experience for the dogs, which means they're either inside or outside in our daycare. They're boarding, they're not stuck in their room all day, and they're playing with their friends. This is going into the guest rooms.
Co-owner John Sturgis spent more than 2 decades in the human hotel industry before turning his focus to the dogs.
Love this idea. I love the hotel business, love dogs, and my wife and I wanted to kind of put together a better facility for dogs.
Adogo offers private boarding rooms for those staying overnight.
Our rooms go anywhere from 16 square feet to 175 square feet.
And 3 separate play areas for the daytime crowd.
Some of our friends here just like to play around. This guy right here, hello.
In just a few short weeks, Adogo will open its second hotel in the Northwest Metro.
The new facility will be located in a business park here off of Hemlock Lane in Maple Grove. It'll have 100 boarding rooms and 5 daycare areas. And just like their Minnetonka location, customers can watch their dogs play all day long on webcams throughout the facility.
Sturgis says they look forward to expanding to more suburbs and giving more dogs the luxury hotel experience. In Minnetonka, I'm Cassie Bonstrom, 12 News.
Adogo currently charges between $35 and $85 per night for boarding services. They will begin taking reservations for their new Maple Grove location starting on Tuesday.
Well, coming up, one of the sweetest traditions to ever take root in Plymouth.
But first in sports, there was no Final Four on the line, but still some exciting finishes at the high school all-star basketball game. John Jacobson has highlights when we come back.
This looks like a lot of fun. High school basketball games where the score is almost always triple digits, not a lot of pressure.
Not a lot of pressure, not a lot of defense,
Well,
yeah. But still some good highlights from the weekend. The Minnesota Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Series has been around since the 1980s. 40 of the best senior boys from the state were split among 4 teams for the 2-day series. Isaiah McKay out Park Center playing for the green team in the 3rd place game against the Maroon All-Stars. Champlin Park's Brennan Witt rebounding a miss, outletting a pass to Nick Shanks of Plainview Elgin Millville for the layup. Later it's Witt with a steal, and he takes it all the way for 2 himself as his team leads 27-25 in the first half. DJ Davis of Bloomington Kennedy gets the backcourt steal and the dunk. The Green All-Stars down 4 at this point. McKay had a good game scoring. He hits the college-length three-pointer here, but his team is trailing at halftime. Early in the second half, the Maroons' Andy Foley of St. Cloud Tech, to De La Salle's Gino Crandall, and finally to Tyler Weiss of Shakopee for the layup to put the Maroon up by 8. But McKay helps the green team win this one. He gets the steal and the layup to put his club up 93-90. And he drains a 3 from the corner a little later, put his team up by 7. McKay's Green All-Stars win it over the Maroon team 120-112. In the championship game, Ian Smith of Champlin Park played for the Blue All-Stars. They played the Gold, and the Gold gets an early lead. J.R. Bascom of Blake ahead to Mitch Fangston of Fairmont for the Dunk, and an 11-10 Gold lead. Smith, nice drive for the layup. The Blue All-Stars up by 4. Osseo's Wheeler Baker competing for the Gold. Pulls up for the 14-footer, but his team trailing by 9 at this point. Armstrong's Ryan Casperson in the game. He finishes here. Gold team trailing at halftime. Legendary Bob McDonald, after 53 years at Chisholm High School, coaching his final game alongside his son Joel. They coach the blue team. Late in the game, Osseo's Baker with a big 3 from the corner. Gold All-Stars are up 100-97. But Hopkins' Jake Wright comes up with a huge 3 late for the Blue All-Stars, a couple of them actually. He won the 3-point shooting contest at halftime, and then he breaks a 107 tie with his final 3 of the game with 7 seconds to play. The Blue All-Stars win the championship 112-107. We talked to 2 local players after their games about playing in the series.
My coach came up to me one day at practice and gave me the roster, said I'd been selected. And yeah, it's an honor. It was an honor to play on the court with all these great players. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
It was pretty good. The coaches were real beneficial. The whole event was nice. Bonding with new kids and learning about new kids, and playing against each other was real competitive and real fun.
Well, new coaches seems to be a running theme for spring sports teams in the area, and that includes the Hopkins baseball team. Here's Jason Melillo with a preview of the Royals.
Evaluating a baseball team that's playing on a basketball court is tough, but Hopkins' new head coach Pat Berger can at least get a glimpse of the kind of team he'll have this spring.
What you can tell is attitude, you can tell effort, and we've got both of those. We've got a great group of leaders.
Berger was the Royals pitching coach for 9 years before taking over as the head coach this year. He knows the program and the players well.
It's been a smooth transition. Pat's been in the program for 8 years, so he knows how things are run here, and he's done a great job of picking it up where Coach Lerner left off.
The Royals play in a tough section, but their regular season schedule is no cakewalk either. At least one team from the Lake Conference has made the state tournament 5 years in a row.
I think playing the Lake Conference helps us because we have to bring it every day, and the competition is so fierce that we can't take a day off in practice, and we have to work hard at it every day.
Jason Melillo, 12 Sports.
Finally, it was a busy couple of days on the archery range in Brooklyn Park. The range was actually the field house at Champlin Park High School, where nearly 1,200 youth from elementary through high school participated in the Minnesota State Tournament as part of the National Archery in the Schools program. Champlin Park finished 5th in the high school division, while Jackson Middle School came in 3rd in the junior high division. The top score of the weekend was turned in by New Prague High School's Callie Schroeder, who shot a 296 out of a possible 300. Yeah, that's pretty good. 26 10s and 4 9s for her 296.
Thanks a lot, John.
Yeah.
Coming up next, the solution to spruce up any meal.
Well, I like it pretty good, yeah.
Well, meet the Plymouth man who doesn't bother with sugar. He goes for something even sweeter.
And finally, the sap has started to run and a spring syruping tradition is underway in the big woods of Plymouth.
For 86-year-old Roger Schmidt, it is a product that you'll be able to find on his table all year round. Tapping a tree the right way is a skill that's passed from generation to generation.
There, look at it come. That's what you want to see.
I've been tapping it since I was 15, but I was in this woods from the day I was born, you might say.
That dripping sound in Roger Schmidt's big woods is the sweet sound of sap just starting to make another run.
Well, it depends how long you gather, but last year we made 53 gallons of syrup.
Almost all of it is consumed by Schmidt's family and friends who help gather hundreds of gallons of sap every spring.
Well, it's a whole family thing. It really is. I get nieces and nephews that come and grandkids.
It's too soon to say whether this is a good year.
This is actually the first time we've been out collecting, so we can't even tell yet.
But once it starts running, it's a matter of keeping up with the trees. A snowmobile replaced the horses that were first used to drag the large containers of sap off to the Schmidt sugar camp. But the log fire is the same, and the cooking process still requires 35 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
All you have to do is boil and boil and boil.
So why do this? It helps if you really like the taste of maple syrup.
Oh, I like it pretty good, yeah.
Roger claims he doesn't use it on everything, but you will find it on eggs, in ice cream, even in his recipe for coleslaw.
Last night I had roast beef and squash.
Okay. Just about any time you can replace sugar with maple syrup, it works for Roger.
Oh, man, on squash. Buttercup squash, you put maple syrup on that, and it's a heavenly treat.
Don't bother making comparisons with a similar product from Vermont. Roger will tell you the flavor is deeper in Minnesota because of the heavier soil where the trees get their nutrients. And after doing this for, 70-some years, he probably knows.
Trust Roger,
That's right. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here tomorrow, and Community Corner is coming up next.